Quite a few big boy stories coming out here today, and obviously, yes, we're going to be talking about the Twitter files, but it was in close competition with a couple of other things. Just recently, like within the past few minutes, Sam Bankman-Fried, and we'll talk about this tomorrow, he was just snatched up, which is just tremendous amounts of news. And then also, I've seen this as well, and I know I'm not alone on this one. When you guys were going to school, okay, and you had a sick day or you had a snow day or something like that, school got canceled for a minute, or if you managed to have an off day, you checked in on the Price is Right? I seen Bob Barker trend. I'm like, oh my God, it just, that pit in your stomach, it just got filled up for a second, but then it's like, it's his 99th birthday, and the dude was a total badass, okay? I thought I knew this, but just to have this reinforced, it's like, my appreciation for Bob Barker right through the roof. So, not gonna have a dedicated video on this, but at least big shout out to the big homie. Happy 99th birthday. 99th birthday, okay? And not a dollar more. Former and realistically the one and only host of The Price is Right, Barker served as a naval aviator during World War II. What? Flying 8 different aircrafts, including a Wildcat and a Corsair. Of the entertainers who are World War II veterans, few are left, and none more prolific than that. Happy birthday, Bob. Great stuff. And last night, when I was, doing recordings and just I guess it would have been editing at that time, I was just taking a look. It's like, okay, cool. When's part 5 of the Twitter file supposed to drop? Okay. And they said it was going to be in sequential days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And Sunday came, Sunday evening came, nothing. And then right there in the middle of the day at 11 o'clock, okay, I seen this pop up and it said like an hour ago, and it said Twitter files part 5, the removal of Trump from Twitter. Yes, that fateful day. Who pulled the trigger? Well, if you don't want to stick around for the entirety of it, it was Vijaya Gadde. Okay, she was the one who bent the rules pretty horrifically, if we're being completely honest. We'll get into it specifically here if you'd like to stick around until the end, but after everybody else already went through all of Trump's tweets and are like, we can't find anything that's really objectionable, she was the one who called for a further investigation into some benign tweets that are out there in order to fit her definition of what could potentially perhaps lead to future incitements of violence. So yesterday we got the whole idea of a new policy getting put in place for Trump, and then on Friday, we got all of the details of how far back this was going, and today, the day, January 8th, where Trump's digital beheading took place. Latest installment of Elon Musk's endorsed Twitter files, published on December 12th, revealed more internal details about how and why the social media platform suspended former President Donald Trump's account in January of 2021. In a thread by, yes, Barry Weiss, and we have it right here if we need the consultations on that, but I don't really think so. I'm pretty sure this one's going to be one of the shorter videos on the subject because we have most of the groundworks. This is just, okay, who pulled the trigger? But yes, she was talking about on the day. So Trump had written 2 tweets on January 8th, which referred to the results of the 2020 election. She noted that Trump had 1 remaining strike. Yes, and we talked about that whole new policy that was put in place specifically for Trump. And yeah, he had 1 strike remaining. Ooh. So this is the one. This was the one that crossed the line and was way too far for anybody. So let's see what it was. The 75 million great American patriots who voted for me, America first, and make America great again, will have a giant voice long into the future. They will not be disrespected or treated unfairly in any way, shape, or form. Obviously, calling for armed resistance against the duly elected administration on the doorstep of inauguration. Clearly, you can see it right there. That's just the most blatant dog whistle I've ever seen in my life. Can you fucking believe this? The second one that he issued that day, would be the last from his account, was banned. For all those who I have asked, I will not be going to the inauguration on January 20th. I reference that one all the fucking time, but I guess that's the one that's gone from his account. That was the one. That was the one right there. Okay. Is that Oh my god, because I know how the story ends, okay? Was that what she was trying to use? It's like, oh my god, you take a look at those last few words that are on there. They will not be disrespected or treated unfairly in any way, shape, or form. And then they said, and that's in a clear incitement to violence. He said he won't be going to the inauguration on January 20th. Obviously, that is just some big-brained conspiracy to get everybody down there and do some fuck shit on the 20th. Aha, we got him now. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? For years, Twitter had resisted the calls from both internal and external to ban Trump on the grounds that blocking a world leader from the platform or removing their controversial tweets would hide important information that people should be able to see and debate. Weiss wrote on the 12th. But after January 6th, as Matt Taibbi and Schellenberger have documented, pressure grew both inside and outside of Twitter to ban Trump. Yeah, because this was a day after Facebook and Instagram, or I forget how everything, collapsed. But it was all within a few hours of one another. While some Twitter staffers disagreed that claims that Trump was trying to incite violence with the Twitter post. Like, I had to go fucking galaxy brain in order to figure out what they're talking about right there. Like, it just seemed benign enough at the time, okay? Trump tweets out, oh, I'm not going to be there on January 20th. Well, if you take a look at some of its previous posts, obviously it's trying to incite something. According to a company's Slack message screenshots that were published in the thread, some employees whose names were redacted were angry that Trump wasn't banned earlier. Yeah, we could have stopped nothing. Okay. After the Capitol breach on January 6th, 2021, never forget for all of those, well, actually, outside of Ashley Babbitt, and you don't want to ever remember or recall her name, we need to remember all of those door frames. Oh, not even, pieces of trash. No, that was kind of picked up by everybody else that was down there. The speaker's podium? Should we remember that? I don't know. Even more company workers demanded his ouster from the platform. Those messages revealed. We have to do the right thing and ban this account, demanded one Twitter employee 3 times in a row. Could you imagine working with these fucking screeching spurgs? Holy. We need to ban this account. We need to ban this account. For what? Demanded one, 3 times in a row. Another claimed it was pretty obvious he's going to try to thread the needle of incitement without violating the rules. Clearly, I consulted my 8-ball and I talked to all my friends, and clearly we know what's going to happen in the future, so you need to fucking get rid of him because it's like a danger and stuff. Without elaborating or providing evidence, they had said that Trump's posts about Trump voters and also about him not going to the inauguration were an incitement to violence. Holy fuck. See, I was being hyperbolic. They were being serious. Oh my lord, I'm just a dickhead, okay, on, Rumble and Odyssey and YouTube, okay, just giving my opinions on stuff. What I say, generally speaking, doesn't have much reach out there, okay? I put my opinions out there, do with them whatever the fuck you want, okay? But I know when I'm making a joke, okay? I know when I'm not being serious. These motherfuckers look at the facts, come to the same conclusion, justify it through some borked interpretation of the world, and then enact real world consequences on things that just aren't there. Like, again, okay, I went out of my way in order to try to figure that stuff out. And honest to God, I didn't know that was actually what they were fucking doing with those 2 tweets right there. Those were the people, at least at the time, at Twitter, making the decisions. You think it's any different at places like Facebook and Instagram and especially YouTube? Okay, people looking to be aggrieved, making the policy choices. Unbelievable. One top official, Anika Navaroli, okay, argued that she also am not seeing clear or coded incitement in the DJT tweet. Okay, so somebody's level-headed. I'll respond to the elections channel and say that our team has assessed and found no violations for the DJT one. And we know about those background, communications, the Slack channels, especially about the election. So that's what she's referring to there. Navaroli wrote that Twitter's safety division. Ooh, is that the Yoel Roth stuff? Because today, I wanted to talk about that goofball, but I'll have to save that for a later date. And obviously tomorrow we're going to be talking about SBF being snatched up in the Bahamas. So we'll see. We'll make some space here in the near future. But yes, back to this. Assess the DJT tweet above and determine that there was no violation of our policies at this time. See, yeah, because they were still waiting, okay? We don't really know anything about that strike policy, the 5-strike policy that's on there. Do those, have to be within a certain time frame? Are they constantly on your account? Can you just time them out and that they fall off your list of strikes? Like, what are we dealing with here? And what is a violation of the strikes? Because this was the orange man bad policy. How do you violate the orange man bad policy? Well, you have to be the orange man and you have to say something that we consider to be bad. And what did Trump do 4 other times? Well, he was orange and he was bad. Therefore, you need to be struck. But apparently the stuff on January 8th, we read through both of them, was not in violation of this strike policy that they have. But we do continue a little bit. Less than 90 minutes after Twitter employees have determined that Trump's tweets were not in violation of Twitter policy, Weiss wrote, drumroll please, Vijaya Gadde, Twitter's head of legal policy and trust, asked whether it could in fact be coded incitement to further violence. She went above and beyond. And we'll just go ahead and take a look at that stuff right here, because I know I've seen it before, and she was the Axeman on this situation. And we can go ahead. Oh, it's so funny, right? Okay, so to understand Twitter's decision to ban Trump, we must consider how Twitter deals with other heads of state and political leaders, including in Iran, Nigeria, and Ethiopia. So they have, yes, a tweet from, yes, the Ayatollah of Iran, Ayatollah Khamenei right there. Inshallah, brother. Our stance against Israel is the same. Oh my God, we got some Kanye ass shit right here. Stance we have always taken. Israel is a malignant, cancerous tumor, and we need to inject it with a lethal dose of poison. In the West Asian region that has to be removed and eradicated. Oh boy, great return march. Yes, make the marches great again. Thanks, Khamenei. Still on the platform, by the way. Dr. Mohammed, another guy, okay, Malaysian Prime Minister said it was a right for Muslims to kill millions of French people. All right. Muhammadu Buhari, no relation, the president of Nigeria, incited violence against pro-Buhari groups. Those of us who were in the fields for 30 months, all right, who went through the war, will treat them in the language they understand. Twitter deleted the tweet, but didn't ban Buhari. But again, a bridge too far, and Vijaya Gadde needed to figure this stuff out. Yeah, and here we are right here, number 26. So less than 90 minutes later. Okay, thanks. We'll just go into this because we already know the context. Thanks. The biggest question that whether a tweet like this one, this morning from Trump, which isn't a rule violation on its face. Okay, so she even agrees this isn't a violation of the rules, is being used as coded incitement to further violence. Mind rot in action. Okay, and then follows that up very quickly. If you have any context or insight we should consider, I'm all ears. Give me a reason to pull the trigger. E.g., use of the term American patriots. Yeah, that's a very dangerous term you've got there. It's not like that hasn't been used since, I don't know, 1776 going forward, like over the course of 250 fucking years. But all right, and there will be, and they will not be disrespected or treated unfairly in any way, shape, or form. So she's fucking punching ghosts right now. Okay, she's trying to create a fucking problem. This bitch. This is an interesting question. I'm going to speak with my team ASAP to see if we can run a quick survey to get reactions to the language contained in the tweet and get back to you. Why do you think they're always, okay, that side of the political discourse, why are they always so concerned about controlling your language? It's because it's all that they think about. It's the exact same thing whenever I hear somebody thinking that, oh, you're a paid shill. Oh, you're on the payroll. You do it all for the money. It's like, holy fuck, self-snitch on yourself harder, please. It's like all the people that complain so loudly about digging into the coded language are the same ones that would complain about, oh my God, Trump and his dog whistles. It's like, there's nothing there. Like, you have to go out of your way to misconstrue what he's saying. Therefore, that's what they're doing right there. It's always confession through projection. Shout out Viva Fry. I'm not sure I would rely on a survey Of course, cool, because there's variables in there that I can't control, okay? It might not give me the response that I necessarily want, right? I worry about how that would be perceived externally. Of course, because, okay, this is all those internal Slack channels, right? This was supposed to be done behind the scenes. Nobody was ever supposed to know this stuff, but... yeah, here we are, right? Wondering if we have anything in the past research that could be relevant. Okay, yeah. Again, just go out there and just start to try to ghost hunt in order to find something. Oh, he said American Patriots. Where have we said that before? Can we take a look over here and have that fucking Charlie Day meme come to fucking real life with a smoke hanging out the side of her mouth and just, trying to connect the fucking red yarn across all of the pictures on the wall? This bitch is nuts. About 2 hours after that, Weiss reported that Twitter executives held a 30-minute all-staff meeting, including Gadde and former CEO Jack Dorsey. Oh, Jack Dorsey! I thought he said multiple times before, "Oh, I had no decision in making this choice. I didn't have a say in this at all." But there you go, right there in the fucking print. They answered questions about why Trump, who had nearly 90 million followers and used the app extensively, wasn't suspended. Oh, so they just had like an all-hands-on-deck struggle session right there. Why haven't you, seriously, got rid of the guy? He's literally Hitler. Why isn't he off the platform? God damn it. You need to get rid of him. He's a danger to our democracy. Later that day, Twitter announced it had suspended Trump due to a risk of further incitement of violence. Risk of further incitement to violence isn't a rule violation, is being used as coded incitement to further violence. Right there, folks. Right fucking there. It's also noted that other world leaders, Iranian Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei and Ethiopian Prime Minister, we already read through all of that stuff as well. And there it is, guys. Vijaya Gadde. She was the one, or Vijaya Gadde. There we go. She was the one who pulled the trigger, got rid of Trump, and she was the one, she was the loudest proponent of how Twitter has these very strong rules. They're the pillars of truth and honesty. There's probably some gems to really dig out, okay, in that old Tim Pool, Joe Rogan interview with Dorsey and her across the table. I've got to subject myself to some Tim Pool and go back and listen to that stuff, because that bitch was lying from fucking orbit. And now, well, the old spaceman right there, old Mars boy, yeah, he just nuked her from that orbit. What's going to happen to her, though? I don't know, man. I don't know what you can do. It's a private company, after all, and she's been turfed, though. But at least we can have solace in the fact that, well, at least she cried on the way out, so... maybe because she knew exactly what's coming. So I guess this kind of puts a bow on that whole mini Donald Trump arc, and we know that some COVID policy drops are going to be coming in the near future, but we'll have to see, because this obviously isn't the end. We can go all the way to the bottom of this this thread right here, and it doesn't tell us specifically. Yeah, it doesn't say one way or another what the next thing is going to be, but... we heard words and more rumbling from Musk specifically that, well, Fauci's going to be on the chopping block next. So we'll see whenever that happens. I don't know if it's going to be tomorrow. Don't know if it's going to be tomorrow evening, tonight. Don't know, man. But the next time it comes around, I'll be talking about it, because it's very interesting. Because, again, it's like you can have your thoughts on Trump, whatever the hell it is, okay? But if this is the lengths that they're going to go to deplatform a sitting president and then lie to your fucking face, what do you think they're doing to the common person, okay? And even if I just get off of social media, it doesn't much matter. Bro, you've seen government entities intervene directly, okay? This involves the government. This involves your fundamental rights, okay? They are being violated. And again, that old Trump meme, and they're not after me. They're after you. I'm just simply in the way. Couldn't be more prescient now more than ever. So with all of that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.